My name is April Calhoun. My life was considered very boring until one day it wasn't. In 2015, my father, our hero, he was diagnosed with leukemia. His health is getting so bad, they moved him from the hospital to hospice. I had to call my son, and I just dreaded it. I knew it was going to be so hard for him because we were all so close. I mean, my dad was really our hero. And so I called my son and I said, Ryan, it's time, you need to come. They're putting him in hospice. And he said, okay, Mom, I'll see you in about an hour. 45 minutes after that phone call, I got a phone call that said, you need to come quick. Ryan's not breathing. Just drove so fast, I got to him and it was too late. I left there and I went home, and then just hours later got the phone call that my dad had passed. I just was broken. I remember finally, after a few days, I went to sleep, and I woke up in the morning and all the hair around my face, the hairline was just completely gray. And I found out later that that's called broken heart syndrome, when your body goes through such a shock. So I felt alone and just so desperate for any kind of guidance. I just didn't know what to do with myself. Unfortunately, the first year I turned to alcohol. I was just desperate and in such pain. About a year after that, I hit my breaking point. I knew that in that moment, my only hope was going to be the Lord. And I just cried out to God one night, laying in bed. And I said, Lord, what do you want me to do with this? This is so much. How am I supposed to learn to live again without my family? I could see the face of my father and my son, and I knew that they would not want this for me. I knew that they would say, get up. And so I did. I dredged myself to church every time the doors were open. And I just took it to the foot of the cross. And I said, God, if all these things that you say to us are true, and that you love me, and that you'll leave the 99 for me, come get me. I'm lost. Then one Sunday in church, our pastor was letting us know that he was sending his wife to mortuary school to be able to minister to people that are hurting. And honestly, it was like a flash of light around my head, and I heard in my spirit, that's what you're supposed to do. My real journey started then, and I delved into the Bible like never before. I wanted to know everything in the world about grief, about heaven, about God's promises, and how He is near to the brokenhearted. I had one meeting. I had 6 students. That first meeting, having 6 students there, all in different stages of their grief, it was such medicine for not only me, just the fellowship and the love of Jesus that you share with each other. And when He tells us that He'll give you beauty for ashes, there's just nothing else that can describe it as accurately as that. He brought me through a health crisis. He brought me through all their deaths with a joy and a hope that I would never have before. I just grabbed onto Him, almost like the woman that said, if I could just touch the hem of His garment. I just had that much faith that He could help me if I could just get close enough to Him. My son had a little boy named Bentley. His girlfriend and him, they were just at a point in their life where they were not able to take care of Bentley. They both had such great hearts. They just couldn't get it together at that time. And I adopted Bentley. He is just my heart. He's funny. He's smart. He's athletic. I think God knew I'm a mom. You have to, once you're a mom, you're just a mom. I just think He knew. When He knew His plan for me, He was so merciful and good to me that He allowed me to still be a mom. I hung on to the joy of Him at home, in my car. I needed every bit of Jesus I could get. I miss saying Ryan. I miss saying Dad. I just miss saying their name. So I put some praise and worship music on, and I said, well, today, Lord, this is what I'm bringing to you. And my phone rang, and it was you. And you said, April, would you be okay with going on video? I think we want to do something a little different, and have you talk about Ryan and your dad. I said, Lord, I feel like that's the best gift that you've given me. So quickly you heard me. Hey, I miss saying his name. And my father said, well, how about this? You say his name, and a whole bunch of people are going to hear him. And I don't think my feet touched the ground that day. Just in awe of how much God does love me. And I want to thank the Joy of Him for always being there. My name is April, and this is my God story, and this is my joy story.